And among the hot topics the U.S. Secretary of State came to discuss, one that's top of mind for the Trump administration and for Justin Trudeau.
I'm very much looking forward to discussing our continued collaboration on important issues like North Korea, obviously.
And Rex Tillerson reiterated that key to that international collaboration is diplomacy. That message may be no surprise from America's top diplomat, after all, but just today, Donald Trump's national security advisor said there's no time for talk. Katie Simpson now on the mixed messages.
When Rex Tillerson touched down in Ottawa, he arrived armed with a message of cooperation and diplomacy. And that's exactly what Canada's Foreign Affairs Minister wanted to hear.
This is going to be a day of some important conversations.
The pair finalized details of an international summit they will host next month in Vancouver that will look for peaceful solutions to the crisis in North Korea.
I appreciate the minister's willingness to co-host this event as we continue to find ways to advance the pressure campaign against North Korea.
We believe that a diplomatic solution to the crisis is essential and possible.
The commitment to diplomacy comes after a series of confusing statements from the White House, including this today.
The president has made very clear that on North Korea, for example, now is not the time to talk.
The Trump administration has rejected Tillerson's calls to restart formal diplomatic discussions with North Korea right now. But Tillerson insisted today that remains the ultimate goal.
The White House supports diplomatic talks. We're waiting on North Korea to come to that conclusion. And until they do, the pressure campaign will only intensify.
The mixed messaging from Washington put a damper on Tillerson's visit, since it's unclear if he actually has President Trump's support.
I think the entire episode has weakened him, both within the administration and as a spokesperson.
Even if Tillerson doesn't have much influence, he's looking to Canada to help get other countries on board with a plan to strengthen the international pressure campaign against Kim Jong-un's regime.
The pressure will increase until the behavior changes.
While neither Tillerson nor Freeland would say if military options were discussed, the Prime Minister's former Foreign Affairs advisor says Canada should keep pushing for diplomacy.
I think it's going to be a tough sell to the Canadian government if indeed Rex Tillerson makes that case.
For now, the plan is to focus on diplomacy until these leaders meet again early next year. Katie Simpson, CBC News, Ottawa.
So who will be at the table in Vancouver on January 16th? Foreign ministers from the countries in the United Nations Command, the international force that defended South Korea during the Korean conflict. But Tillerson says other countries, including Japan, India, and Sweden, will also be invited. Tillerson's job as the U.S. top diplomat has been in some limbo for weeks now. Reports from White House officials saying his time as Secretary of State was soon coming to an end, even suggesting they had a replacement all lined up. Tillerson and President Trump both shrugged off the reports, but the two have been at odds publicly on a handful of issues, including the Iran nuclear deal and climate change. Tillerson was also asked, of course, about NAFTA and if American negotiators aren't really interested in finalizing a new deal.
As the old saying goes, the devil's in the details, and the parties are now involved in the details of those negotiations. And I know both parties are approaching the negotiations in good faith and an effort to achieve a modernized NAFTA agreement. I think the next several weeks are going to be very important to those discussions.
Tillerson pointed out he's not directly involved in negotiations. The next round of talks, though, scheduled for next month in Montreal.